How we doing today? I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is a pre-recorded edition of Wired and Weird. Either Steven and I, we're out of the studio doing like super important doctor shit or saving the world. So we have a preloaded generic app for you. So strap in. It's going to be nothing topical, all the same good stuff. So how you doing, Steve?
Pretty good. Pretty good. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. I know I just threw you off there because I randomly just restarted the episode. Like mid-sentence, but that's what I'm keeping us weird.
Yeah, keeping me on my toes.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're good. I'm doing super good too. Knowing me, obviously I could complain about something, so I will complain that I was a little too hot today.
I'm always hot.
Yeah, that's a problem for you. You're always running a little high.
Yeah.
Well, we're all running high.
We're always high.
You should, if you're going for a jog, you should always do it high. Dude, running high is the best. I know you're not a big runner guy, but I love hitting a bong and like going for a jog. Like, because I have a treadmill, you know that. I love to get stoned and go for a jog and listen to music because it really lets you forget that you're running. And it sounds stupid because you know that you're running, but like forget that it sucks.
Yeah, it takes your mind out of it.
Yeah.
Then you get the runner's high with the weed high.
Baby.
And then you're just like, oh.
I'm telling you, it's a pretty good combo. I like that. But on the flip side, smoking weed and lifting weights, very difficult. They feel heavier.
I liked it.
Really?
I did it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me. So guess what? I forgot to set the timer. Like again, this is a thing that constantly happens. That constantly happens in this. Who gave me a podcast? This is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Give Jeremiah a microphone, they said.
It's weird because you don't usually say the word in and then is right next. In is this anything studios? It's a kooky combination of words. Who named this studio? This is ridiculous.
Who made words?
So I got the timer running. So What was that? Maybe 4 minutes?
Something like that.
I'm so bad at gauging time. Look at dog. What was that? 4 minutes? Like, dude, it was 4 hours.
Yeah, I'm bad at that though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have no sense of time.
Yeah, we've been here for hours now.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I mean, they're probably banging on the fucking door. Like, dude, how much studio time do you need? And we're like, it's all about the comfortability. We got to be comfortable while we're in here. So
yeah.
If we weren't comfortable, guys, you wouldn't have as much fun. You wouldn't be yucking it up with us. It'd be weird and awkward. It would be
just
forced.
Like monotone. Just here we are. Hey guys.
You know, welcome to Wired and Weird.
I like that.
So let's do another Would You Rather. Well, I was getting sexy. I was getting turned on. Woo-hoo!
My nips are hard.
Lay a Would You Rather on me. We're losing the people here.
I fucking love to lay one on you.
Sorry, excuse me. Oh, boy.
Oh, wait, where am I at? Oh, here I go. Here we are. Would you rather, and this one I fucking already hate my answer. Would you rather have an annoying song stuck in your head or always have an itch you can't reach?
A couple questions. With the song, same song, different song?
Same song.
Same song
Same
every
song.
day.
Every day.
Well, each of those would drive a human insane.
I'm pretty sure that's like
it would make you
torture.
Like it would make you snap.
Yeah.
You know, it would make you like Sandy Hook something. You know what I'm saying? So I would go with the one that would drive me crazy the quickest. Because it's going to drive me crazy regardless. So I'd rather have the song play in my head. So while I'm on a murderous rampage, at least I have a soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? And I hope it's something real silly, like It's Raining Men.
Oh, God.
And I just like covered in blood with a machete, like, it's raining men, slash. And I just feel so... I don't actually know how the song goes. I know the title of the song.
That's about all I know of it, yeah.
I think that's all you really need to know. But that or like, I always thought like some good lobby jazz would be really great mass murder music. Not that I thought of, you know.
You have to have peace of mind when you're mass murdering.
I think it's the contrast. I think it's a contrast that just makes it creepier, you know?
You
Like,
gotta stay calm when you're killing hundreds of people.
you can't freak out. You got to keep a level head, you know? You can't do anything rash. You can't get caught up in the moment while you're slaughtering a bunch of people. You really got to focus.
Oh, man.
Can't be all willy-nilly. There's a lot of people that need to die.
I agree with you there, my friend.
It's getting dark.
I think the itch would drive me the most bonkers.
You think it would drive you crazy quicker, though?
Quicker.
Oh, so
Oh, yeah.
you're going with... Because, wait,
Dude.
what's your pick?
So I think I would go with the itch just to get crazy quicker. Because I'm such a big person, I can't reach a lot of spots, so I deal with that. I can forget stuff pretty easy because I'm stupid.
No comment.
So
Just kidding.
I think I'd go with the itch, and then I'd join you on your murder spree.
Yeah, let's get it over with.
Just sing to me.
Oh yeah, I'll play it out. I'll play the song. I'll like wait for my song to restart in my head, and I'll just hit play on a Bluetooth speaker at the same time, so you can hear what I'm hearing. We can like coordinate our murder scene together.
I love it.
Yeah, that would be good. Like you can push someone into me, and I'll slash his throat right at the fucking. And I ran a man. And it's just blood splatters everywhere. God,
Everybody
shouldn't make me feel so happy to think of that.
Everybody I kill, I'm gonna ask them, "Can you reach this?" And if they can't scratch it for me, toss them to Jeremiah.
It's like Jigsaw. It's like Saw, but you have to find the itch on his body,
Yeah,
and
like,
if you
that's
don't,
not it.
It's like Squid Game. It's PAW!
Yeah,
Done.
Just
we dated
samurai
ourselves.
sword.
Harry Carey.
I love it. We should go on a mass murder spree.
That's how I'd go out. Yeah.
Yeah, hail of bullets. I don't know.
I'd do the suicide by cop. I do like the Gran Torino where I had like a lighter in my jacket or some shit, and I'd be like, haha, and I pull it out really quick, and they're like, get him!
And you just get shot to shit.
Yeah, and people are like, and then I fall on the ground, and they're like, oh shit, it was a dildo.
Like, oh, fuck. It looked like a gun.
He said it was a long barrel. It was a black one.
It was the veiny triumphant bastard.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I think the way of the samurai would be pretty sweet too. You just kill yourself. You just take your katana and you just like...
I mean, it is a little selfish of me to make someone else do it, but I'm sticking by. The Outsiders, we had to watch that in, I don't know, middle school or some shit.
yeah.
And, oh, The Outsiders. I forgot what I was talking about. No, yeah, in that movie, dude, like, gets capped by the cops, and it wasn't necessarily like Gran Torino, but he did have a gun. Yeah. Like, it was empty or something like that. But
well, and then I think Gran Torino was a bunch of gangbangers, but
I kind of mixed the two together.
Yeah. Somebody was telling me, they were like, "You want to know the best way to kill yourself is you go to like a sporting event and you just yell out something like, 'Who farted?' and then you just just."
That would be confusing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit. Someone did that in a bit. I've heard that as a bit.
Was that a bit?
Yeah,
I couldn't remember.
And then it's like a spazzy character, and oh god, who did that? And then he'd be like, "Oh, dude, plug your nose. Someone farted. That guy just killed himself."
Yeah,
like,
something like that.
Yeah, no, that's a bit. That's
okay. I laughed so good. I was like, that's a great way to go out.
Anywho, I have a would you rather for you.
Oh, hit me.
This one, well, I'll give you I have two of them.
Ooh.
So, would you rather have a hot, stinky one or a cool one?
Hot and stinky.
All right. So, would you rather never be able to wear deodorant or cologne? Or would you rather go without AC anywhere you went, no matter the temperature? If you had a show in Phoenix, magically every building you walked in, the AC would shut off when you walked in. But you could smell fine. Or would you be one of those guys that has onion pit constantly?
I'd have to go no AC.
I think that's a logical answer.
I'd have to, because I already run hot, and I'm a big dude, and just like as a big dude,
You'd stroke
that's
out.
like a fear.
That might be a death sentence. I didn't think about that. You couldn't die from being stinky.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
you could. Somebody might kill you.
I was just thinking
you smell
that.
so
Yeah,
bad.
well,
but yeah, no, I think I'd have to go no AC for sure.
now my initial thought is to go no AC, but I'm gonna lay this on you. You still have soap and water, and so I like showers anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say I would go no deodorant. I would miss the cologne a lot. I'm a big cologne guy, but I'd just take 3 showers a day. Is that incredibly wasteful? Sure. Is that horribly expensive? Sure. But it beats dying of heat stroke.
Yeah, that's true. See, I'm the type of person where if it's hot, there's plenty of like little tiny clip-on fans you can buy.
Yeah,
I'm a
Lexi
hat
has
guy.
those all
I
over.
get one, I can clip it to my bill,
True.
point it right in my face.
There you go. Nothing about fans,
that's
just
not
air
AC.
conditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you got a good little loophole there.
People go, oh, well, it's just blowing hot air. Yeah, we'll blow this. Okay. It
Agree to
feels
disagree.
nice.
Yeah. Well, air circulation does do something for it.
Yeah.
Let me lay the cool one on you.
Hit me with a cool ranch Dorito.
My Dorito is, would you rather meet your favorite comedian or meet your favorite music artist?
Oh.
And who would it be?
Okay.
Show your work, sire.
Let's see. Doing long division here. Okay, I gotta remember the steps. PEMDAS.
PEMDAS, please excuse my dumb aunt bitch.
Favorite comedian or favorite rapper?
They gotta be alive.
Or music artist.
Yeah, they gotta be alive.
Gotta be
Can't
alive.
bring anyone
Okay.
back from the dead.
Gotta be alive. That was my question. I think I'd have to go. Fuck, that's a tough one. I think I'd have to go comedian.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I love music. Like it. I mean, obviously, I listen to it every day.
But if you wouldn't be able to pick a musician's brain, like, because you're not a musician,
Exactly.
you know, because I mean, the ability to pick a legend's brain and like be able to talk to him and meet him and see how they operate. I'm with you. I'd go comedian every day of the week. I feel like that wasn't a surprise for anyone that maybe either of us would go comedian. Now, I feel like the interesting part of this Would You Rather is who would you pick?
Yeah, see, that's the tough thing because you're getting me. With
I feel like it was fairly given we would pick comedian, but this is the fun one.
Because they have to be alive. That's the problem. There's so many that I would love to have met.
Oh yeah, of course,
You know,
but
got, like, your
it's
Bernie
too
Macs and
broad. It
your
would
Ralphies.
be I know you'd pick Ralphie, but like,
I would love to pick Ralphie's brain.
but I'm telling that like it just kind of because there's so many people, it'd be almost too hard to pick if it was anybody. So I just kind of I kind of wired and weirded it down to
Okay,
maybe
so
just someone alive.
I would say, I mean, obviously go with one of the greats. Obviously, I want to meet Chappelle.
Okay.
Other than that, I think I'd probably want to meet like no, I'm blanking on.
Was that your answer? Is Chappelle then? Is that the one comedian you would meet that's alive right now?
I don't know if I'd want to meet somebody so great in the game because it'd be so intimidating.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Or like a lower level.
No, I mean, go for the stars.
I mean, go for the star. I'm not saying like low level, like
Me.
like us, but like,
ouch.
Like, I guess he's not low level, but like a Nate Bargatze.
Okay, like
He's still coming. People know
he's
him,
not
but
a
he's
legend.
not a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's just famous.
So I think I'll go Nate Bargatze.
Okay.
Pick his brain a little bit. See what he's got cooking up there.
See, I was thinking almost the exact same thing.
Oh yeah.
And my Chappelle would have been obviously, everyone knows, say it with me, Jerry Seinfeld.
Mr. Seinfeld.
But we had one where with Anthony in episode 4, our guest on Wednesday for the Wired and Weird Wacky Wednesdays. I was talking about puking in Jerry Seinfeld's lap and all this stuff, and it got me thinking about how anxiety inducing and how big it would be to meet Jerry Seinfeld and what a to-do it would be. And don't get me wrong, I would bend over backwards to meet Jerry Seinfeld. I would do anything to meet him. But someone else I would do anything to meet that I think might be a little more in my range and might actually enjoy our time a little more because we're both working comedians and we love writing is Mark Norman.
Oh, yeah.
I would pick Mark Norman because he's such a great joke writer. He's one of my favorite comedians of all time. Just because our styles, I love his work. I mean, I've modeled a lot of my stuff after like everything he's done.
Yeah.
I don't copy it, but it was just so much inspiration for me to even start doing comedy. And he's not super well known, I hate to say. Hopefully it changes.
Not yet, yeah.
By the time you guys are hearing this, very perhaps, well, maybe will have changed. But at the time, I went to his first Netflix special filming. He's been doing it 18 years.
Damn, really?
He's long overdue for this. He's so good. He's such a good joke writer, and he talks religiously. If you look at these interviews, if you watch his podcast interviews, I mean, I'm this big of a fucking fan. I watch anything Mark Norman with this guy because he has such a creative mind, and he says, write every day. And he got that from Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and so he says, write, and Seinfeld is his hero. So we have a mutual big idol in the game. I mean, a lot of people look up to Seinfeld. It's not us too, but I just identify with his humor a lot. I like the guy. He's so creative. Yeah. He has such a good mind for comedy. Like even the merch he sells, like comedy exclamation point. There's no way you wouldn't want to buy a shirt that says comedy if you're at a comedy club.
Yeah.
It's genius.
It's great. It's simple.
The guy's fucking amazing. And so not to suck his dick too much, but I'd love to meet the guy because I feel like he could pull a funny fucking joke out of his ass at any moment. So to be able to pick his brain and see how he operates and to watch those gears turn would be really cool.
Yeah.
I would just fucking jizz all over myself for that.
That's a great answer.
Yeah. Too long of an answer, but
no.
Yeah, that would be for sure. I mean, I would be make my life meeting that guy and being able to joke workshop with him. To be fair, we said meet, and I'm taking liberties here, but it's Mark Norman.
It's Mark Norman. Yeah.
Who would
obviously you're gonna want more. I mean,
yeah, I'm gonna want a little more. Naturally a little greedy. Like give me a little more action.
Yeah.
So normally in the episode we would talk about a movie that was, recommended by you, my friend, movie buff.
Yes.
To me, movie tard, which hasn't seen like pretty much any of them. And since this is a comedy podcast, we usually do comedies. We talk about funny comedy movies, mainly because a lot of other movies don't really catch my attention super well. I love comedy. So we talk comedy. But since we don't know the order that it's going to go in, because this is like from the past... We're just going to talk about Step Brothers because everyone's seen Step Brothers.
Fucking movie.
And it's a fantastic movie. It's one of the few I've actually seen. Yeah. I saw it when it came out, so I'm hip. I'm with it. I love that movie. A couple really, really funny motherfuckers star in the movie. But I feel like anything Will Ferrell touches turns to gold.
Yeah.
He's very, very good. And he plays this role very well. Like that off-putting, overly confident, insulting type of character. He plays it in Blades of Glory. He plays it in the other guys. Well, the other guys know he was a little more nerdy in that one.
Yeah.
But he plays it in all sorts of movies, It's not his only character, but I hear it's pretty spot on to who he is as a person.
Yeah. I've seen some interviews where he was like himself, but it was like, well, that's like pretty close to like your main character. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, I mean, honestly, the character of my stand-up is based off me.
Yeah.
It's just turned up. So I could understand that. I could understand him pulling that inspiration from what would I do?
Yeah.
Because a lot of acting. I mean, who am I to fucking talk about acting? I'm no actor, but I've been looking into acting. I'd like to do some comedy roles in movies. So one thing about acting is you don't act the character. What would the character do? They want to see you as the character.
Yeah.
You know what I'm... And it sounds like I said the same thing, but a lot of people try too hard, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And what they want to see, like when you watch a movie and Jack Black's in it, you're like, oh, that Jack Black was the dad. Because he's being Jack Black. He's being the dad, but he's being Jack Black. And so when he acts, he does what he would do as a dad, you know, and we're getting too in the weeds, but
yeah, no, I get what you're saying though. Yeah, you're playing the character, but you're playing it as you.
What would you do in that situation?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, because you're playing an entire character, but you need to keep that essence of real life, you know, and because if you're entertaining enough to be a comedic actor, they want to see you be you. They don't want to see you try to be some guy. It's to tell you what to say.
Just a baseline. Like, this is what we want. This is what you're saying, but say it how you would say it.
If you're good at what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you have a director that'll say like, oh, raise your eyebrows again or whatever, you know, it'll get more into the shanty there.
I would like to do some acting. What is a shanty?
I think it's a shitty house.
Isn't it just a little shack?
Yeah. I don't know why I said shanty.
I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck. It's all these gerbil tranquilizers.
You didn't share again? It's messed up, bro.
Story time. So we have this fun section we like to pepper in every once in a while called story time. And so one of us takes a turn. We've had kooky, crazy lives. One of us takes a turn and tells an interesting story. And so I'll tell story time this week. One of the guests that was on here, I grew up with him. His name's Anthony Beisel. Back in episode 4, you can hear me and him chit chat. We were walking through Aberdeen and Hoquiam at the time. This was probably 2004. We were young cats.
Youngsters, yeah.
4th grade, cruising around. Streets dark. Probably October. Because it was like
dark.
It was dark. It was like midnight out because it was like 8 o'clock, you know?
Yeah.
And we're walking in between these street lights. And so there was like, it was almost like out of a movie. Like you walk from one little section of light through the dark to the next little section of light, right? And we're walking and we hear like, as if it was over a megaphone, we hear like, Jeremiah, Anthony, how we doing tonight? Exactly like it's burned in my memory. I remember it exactly how it was. And we look at each other, white as a goddamn ghost. And we just shriek like, "Whoa!" And we start running down the sidewalk. And this is funny because I remember distinctly it was the era of those big loose skateboard shoes. Nobody tied them. And one of my shoes fell off as I was running. And Anthony looks back and shrieks, "Leave the shoe! We gotta live!" And I just left my fucking shoe back there. And we just fucking took off. I'm running with one shoe on my foot. We ran 8 blocks back to his fucking house. And sorry about that. But I'll tell you. We got back to the house. To this day, we have no idea what that voice was. We asked every parent figure, everybody that could have known us. I mean, we were a little 4th grade. Nobody knew us.
Right.
And there was nobody around. When we looked around, it was no streetcars around, no humans walking around. We weren't by a yard. We were in front of 2 closed businesses. Very strange, dude. Very strange. You ever have something like that happen in your life where you've never had an explanation for it and you don't want to go ghost right away or anything, but you don't. I mean, Anthony, it wasn't a delusion. Anthony and I shared that experience. We still occasionally like, hey, remember that time? And we're like, yeah, what the hell was that?
What the fuck was that?
We don't know. Yeah.
I know, man. That would trip me out.
It's crazy. So, it was a spooky situation. And, you know, it was like one of those... It was so spooky that like that voice is burned in my head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm not like traumatized or anything, but it was like scary, like real scary.
It's just deep rooted back there and it pops up.
There's another memory that I remember that was about the shit getting scared out of me too. The first time the absolute piss was scared out of me was I was a little guy, little guy, like probably 5 years old. And I was trick-or-treating, right? And I was dressed as Superman. And I walked up to this house in Westport, and I was walking up to knock on the door. I was walking up the porch, and my dad remembers this, and he was the one walking around with me. There were some older kids behind me that I hadn't seen, and this dude was like dressed as a scarecrow, like sitting in a rocking chair.
I hate that shit.
And he was like, "Whoa!" like right behind me, and I was like, "Whoa!" and like took off. Like I jumped off the fucking porch and took off. And I remember my dad had to chase me for like blocks. I'm like, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. I was just like, I was fucking, ow.
Fuck that. We're done. We're
Fuck
going home.
that,
Fuck this
dude.
candy.
And in lies my inherent distrust in people.
Yeah. I'm a scared little bitch about stuff. Like a lot of stuff. Dude.
Well, it's really easy to startle some people, especially when you like. What kind of adult does that? I don't know.
What kind of sick fuck are you?
You sit around perfectly motionless, waiting just to scare the jizz out of somebody.
You're like, oh, here's a perfect little fucking
fucking
target. 5-year-old, happy as can be.
Just fucking scared the butt cheeks off my body. God damn.
That's a serial killer. That's serial killer
That
mentality.
was suspect behavior, I will tell you.
I'm a pretty flinchy person. I would have fucking been gone too, but yeah.
Oh, dude, it was. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that pretty well. I was pretty young. I remember my dad chasing me. Is the part I remember. I was like, there he is! Oh! I looked back and I heard his voice. I was like, oh no, it's Pop.
Should have dressed him as the Flash.
And he was just horribly pissed that I ran away. Oh, you could imagine, like being scared and having it come out as anger. But I was like, I'm so confused.
Yeah, right.
I tried to save my life, and now you're mad at me. You should be like, good job.
I was like, why did you just stab that? No.
Yeah. You should have beat him up. You're my dad.
Kick his ass,
Said
bro.
You laughed and pointed at me. Said, what a loser. Whose kid is that? And then high-fived the guy.
Oh my gosh.
Now we're in a giggly mood. That was fun. You want a rapid fire? You got any like just preloaded in the nude? In the noodle?
Of course. Oh man. Here's a good one for you. What is Moby Dick's dad's name? Papa Boner.
Oh, I got one. I'm not done. You didn't knock me out with the first punch. Jesus, you almost got me. That was a good one. Come out strong. All right. I witnessed a guy steal a MacBook, and it was horrible. I had to go to court. I was the eyewitness.
Keith.
Apple. Oh boy, that was
Apple.
terrible. I made that one up. That one wasn't. Like I made it up. I made that one up on the fly. That one wasn't good.
Yeah. Someone asked me the other day, which body part do you think is the most reliable? I says, well, you can always count on your fingers.
You got good ones this week. Damn, you're coming with fire. All right. I got to give you a good one now. All right.
Still standing.
What do you call the rough parts of Little Italy?
What?
The spaghetto.
Spaghetti. Oh, that's great. What do you call an expert fisherman?
What?
A masturbator.
I guess I didn't know I was a master fisherman. Oh, I got you on the rebound. All right. Well, recently with the gas prices, I've nicknamed my gas station Bob Marley. Because that shit is too fucking high. Topical jokes. But gas is always high, so, it's not too topical.
Yeah. God, it's so stupid how expensive it is.
It's crazy. I was driving when gas was like, what was it, back in like, when was that? Like 2010 or something? When like gas was like $5, $5.25. Remember when it was stupid expensive?
It was up there.
It was like more than like, I mean, people complain about it now. It was like, dude, when I first got my driver's license, it was like over $5 a gallon.
Yeah.
So
the one by my spot's like,
don't date yourself.
Like almost $4.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of going right.
Yeah. It's like, Jesus Christ.
I saw that like in California, it was up to like over $7.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fuck, everything in California's up there.
And on fire.
Yeah.
So they're like,
yeah.
well, I mean,
It's California.
tread lightly.
Yeah.
With that gas out lying.
Yeah. Pass on that.
Cool. Well, let's talk some comedy. I've been dying to see Louie. The show Louie. Well, let's just talk about Louie.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, we're going to talk about Louie CK.
Yeah, fucking love Louie.
But a show Louie.
Yeah.
Loved his show. And then when the whole yada yada happened,
the
and
bullshit.
we're not even going to go into that. But because we're here to give him his flowers and talk about how great he is, because he is a wonderful comedian. But his show was awesome. I wanted to kind of touch on his show because that was like one of the only sitcoms. I mean, correct me, right into wiredandweird at yahoo.com. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the few sitcoms ever that was Seinfeld-esque and was almost about nothing.
Yeah.
What people would say. Now, I will tell you, and I've been on the record saying, Seinfeld isn't about nothing. It's about the life of a comedian and the life of Jerry Seinfeld. But they kind of poke fun at themselves for being about nothing, too, because there's not like a lot of action or anything. No real climb. Because when you follow, like, not to get too into it, but when you follow the structure of an episode or a movie, there has to be a conflict and a resolution. But those conflicts in those movies those conflicts in Seinfeld are so small that people almost don't realize the structure of the episode.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, the conflict is they're stuck in the restaurant. Like, for example, one of the episodes is they're in a Chinese restaurant. They've been waiting for hours, and they keep calling everyone else but them. And they're like, oh, yeah, 5 more minutes. And, like, they're like, oh, it's just waiting a long time. That was the conflict. The resolution was what happened. I'm not going to spoil the episode, but, what happens later.
Small menial things in, like, everybody's life that you just...
But that was like from the mind of Seinfeld, is like he took small menial things and just poked it from every angle. And so that was like the life of Jerry Seinfeld. And very much so Louie is his show, Louie, that's what it's called, is very much so that, but just through the eyes of a different comedian.
Yeah.
And it was him raising his family, and it was a great show. I loved it. And you can't find it anywhere.
I wonder if how he was like as a dad in that show, if that was just him.
I bet you he's a great dad. He has a really good head on his shoulders, a very smart, articulate man. And so the character, this disheveled, sweaty piece of shit character that he plays, isn't necessarily who he is. He's a very good film producer. He's very good comedian. He's a very good businessman. Very kind guy to the people that he cares about. So I would imagine he'd be a great father.
Oh yeah. Well, like, okay, what I mean was like in the show, like he's like with his daughters, he's pretty just real. Like when he speaks to them.
Yeah.
So it's just like, well, what's up with that? He's like, that's just fucked up. Like I wonder if he is like that.
I think he is like that in real life.
Just like, fuck
because,
it.
Like, dude, you can't sugarcoat shit to your kids.
Yeah.
It's gonna fuck them up.
Gonna fucking
you gotta be.
up.
I mean, you gotta shield them to a certain age, but once they're a little kid and they're like, how come he got it and I didn't? Be like, because a lot of the stuff in life isn't fair.
That's just how it is.
And he did something and he got something for it, and you didn't do anything and you didn't get it. That's doing your child a service.
Yeah.
It's teaching him a lesson. And I think he was a wonderful dad in that show, and it was hilarious.
Oh,
and I love his stand up. I mean, of the best, if someone walked up to me and was like, what's your favorite contemporary comedian? What do you identify with the most? Who's your favorite? Mark Norman's dead now. I would say Louie CK.
Yeah.
It's so good, and he just plays that character so well, the character of Louie CK on stage. And like, dude can't bomb because it gets funnier the more awkward it gets.
Yeah.
He'll like act all scared and grab the brick wall and
like,
because he plays that disheveled, falling apart, middle-aged loser anyway, and so it's right on script.
That's all it is. And then like if he is bombing, he's like, oh well, whatever.
Yeah,
like, he just doesn't care.
Seems like the shoe fits.
Yeah,
so really, really good job with that.
Yeah, big fan.
Huge fan of Louie. And with that, this is gonna be a little bit of a shorter episode, but something's better than nothing, everybody.
Yeah,
we got to crawl back in our time capsule. We'll see you next time with the next generic episode, but we got to leave you the same way we leave you every single time, which is we'll stay wired and you stay weird. We love you guys.
Love you guys.
Hi-ya. What?
I don't know. So I don't know.
I don't know how eagles fuck.
I don't know.
That'd be some real American porn. Just a couple eagles fucking.
Yeah, like
How American are you? I fucking watch eagles fuck for America. God damn it! Why you even asking? I'm so American. I'm about as American as two eagles fucking.